Hello, I just want to give you some information about fishing in Sutherland. Traditional trout fishing, mainly lochs and the odd little river system. When you come to Sutherland, don't think of it because the coastline is quite similar as another Padstow or St Ives, because you'll be in for a shock. There is, there isn't as many places to eat out. There isn't an awful lot of entertainment. Well, I can't think of any for children. It's very much a place where you bring what you need and sensibly sort out your accommodation before you get here, rather than thinking that everything's going to be a breeze. Fishing wise, with the tackle, probably what you've been using in southern reservoirs will do. I personally, if you watch some of my videos, I like to go way lower on line ratings than what's usually recommended, and I'm in my happiest zone in the 3 to 4 line range. The point is, if you get a very strong wind, even if you've got 8 or 9 line rate, it's still going to be an almighty battle against the wind. And honestly, when it's windy here, it really is windy. You see, I'm just driving along the road before Scourie, and you can see dotted all over the place there's these lovely looking lochs. It's nice travelling around at this time in the morning, but I've already come across 2 red deer on the road, so you have to, even if you can't see any headlights coming towards you, you have to be extra vigilant, because you never know what's going to leap out at you from the roadside. As regards hitting red deer, you're on your own. The estates won't take any responsibility for them, but at the same token, if you loaded one in the back of your vehicle to eat, then suddenly it's their property, so they want it both ways. This is one of the few places where you'll actually see anything resembling a supermarket, is Scourie. Hotel wise, in Sutherland, I've stopped over the years in quite a few, or had meals in quite a few. Now, because hotels have maybe changed hands several times since I was last in them, it's not fair to condemn them, but I can say that if everything had remained exactly the same as when I originally went to those hotels, the only one I would recommend would be the Altnahara Hotel. Some of the others make Fawlty Towers look as if it's under an impressive management system. But the rewards you do get up here when it comes to the fishing is an experience the likes of which is so hard to get anywhere else in the world. Possibly in parts of Wales, in the remoter parts of Wales, I think you'd maybe able to match it. That's one area where I'd like to do a bit of lake fishing in Wales. Midges, you get a calm morning like this, they'll try and tear the skin off you. And at this time of year, which is towards the end of June, the horseflies are about. Oh my goodness, they're an insect from hell. And there's about 5 varieties of them with various coloured, beautiful iridescent eyes that land on you and cause you instant agony. But mind you, get anything resembling a little bit of a breeze and you're laughing, you can have a day insect-free fishing. So I mean, as you can see by this scenery, it's pretty astonishing. I've just got this bit of footage in the background for you to look at while I carry on with 1 or 2 tips about fishing in the Highlands. I suggest you start from, if you're new to the Highlands, use Ullapool as a base. There's quite a lot of accommodation and quite a few places to have a decent meal and provisions around Ullapool. Fly wise, I would get a good variety of basic loch flies like Blue Zulu, Butchers, Peter Ross and so on, and maybe get 2 or 3 of at least of each particular one, because you don't want to find that you find the flies working really well, you've only bought one, you lose it, and that's the end of it all. I've been asked about costs, and costs tend to be around about £3 to £10 a day bank fishing for trout, and boat fishing can be anything from brown trout from about £20 to £35 a day. Once the sea trout and salmon are involved, you find the costs absolutely escalate. So and the costs will escalate even if there's no sea trout and salmon in at the time that you're going fishing. If you're walking up into the hill locks, you really need some form of GPS or at least a compass and map, because the sea mist can set upon you quite well inland, and you won't have a foggiest where you're going, because unlike the Lake District, once you go half a mile or so off the road, you lose all the tracks and paths. So it's quite easy to get lost. I know this from personal experience, so don't take it for granted that you won't get lost. If you're booking a hotel, or well, especially a hotel, do find out what the rules are for fishing late at night and so on, or early morning, because if the hotel has some fishing and you're fishing in August, it can be really hot and dry, and you won't stand a chance really of catching anything until the last couple of hours of daylight. So if a hotel sort of says to you, oh, the fishing's over at 5 or 6 o'clock at night, then think about going somewhere else. And don't be taken in with some of the hotels that claim to be the only place that you can actually get the fishing from in the area. Very often the local estate offices have leased the fishing in part to the hotels, and if you go to the estate office they'll often sell you access to the particular fishing as well. So that's always a good guide as to where you find your fishing from. There was a lovely book done by Bruce Sanderson, sort of Lochs and Rivers of Scotland, but the poor devil's been dead for a year or two now, and things change hands so often. You know, country estates now, we're finding that more and more of them are being bought up strangely by vegetarians that don't like shooting or fishing on their estate, which doesn't really help from the sporting point of view. Anyway, I hope you enjoy my videos. I say I tend to do things in little clusters of what people are interested in, so if you haven't seen your type of video for a while, hold on, I'll be doing a batch of them again. So once again, thank you. Please subscribe. Bye for now.